Grandma Nada and Layla bint al Khatim, the beacon of loyalty in Medina. On a moonlit night, 4 grandchildren gathered in Grandma Nada's spacious garden. The air was cool, and the stars twinkled in the sky like scattered pearls. Little Adam sat beside his grandmother and asked curiously, "Grandma, were there heroines from Medina who taught us about patience and loyalty?" Grandma Nada smiled and patted his head, saying, "Of course, my son. Today, I will tell you about Lady Layla bint al Khatim, a great woman born in the blessed city of Medina." Yusuf and Huda approached their grandmother to follow the story. Grandma said, "Layla bint al Khatim was among the first women of the Ansar to pledge allegiance to the Prophet. She was known for her strong personality and wise mind, and she loved God and his messenger deeply." Huda asked, "Was her life in Medina always peaceful, Grandma?" Grandma replied, "Layla faced many trials, but she was an example of beautiful patience." Grandma continued, "When the Muslims migrated from Mecca to Medina, Layla was at the forefront of those welcoming the immigrants. She did not withhold her money or effort. Instead, she opened her home and heart to support the migrant women who had left their homes behind. She fed them and eased the pain of their journey with her kind words." Rowan leaned her head toward Grandma and asked, "And how was she patient, Grandma?" Grandma Nada answered, "Patience, Rowan, is to remain firm during hardships. Layla lost loved ones in battles, but she did not give in to despair. She would raise her hands to the sky and pray to God for steadfastness, believing that relief was near. She taught everyone that loyalty to a message requires a patient heart." Grandma added, "Layla realized that building a community requires cooperation. Therefore, she stood by her husband and family, encouraging them to hold on to the principles of faith and support the weak. She treated everyone with excellent character, which made her beloved throughout all of Medina." Grandma lowered her voice, saying, "Layla's commitment to worship never broke. Even in the most difficult times, she spent her nights in prayer and remembrance. Her prayer was the source of her strength, and her certainty in God was the light that illuminated her path through the darkness." Grandma turned to Adam and said, "Even after the passing of the Prophet, Layla continued on her path. She would sit with women and teach them what she had learned about patience and good character. She remained loyal to her promise and never changed or weakened. She remained a wise guide for everyone around her." Yusuf said, "Grandma, I have learned that loyalty is not just a word, but a continuous action, just as Layla did with the migrants and her faith." Adam nodded in agreement and said, "And I will try to be patient whenever I face any problem at my school." Huda said as she held Rowan's hand, "We must be like Layla in helping others. Women in our society have a great role in spreading goodness and beauty." Rowan smiled and said, "Yes, Huda, we will be role models for our classmates in honesty and loyalty." Grandma Nada hugged her granddaughter Huda and said, "These are the lessons I want you to keep. Loyalty is the essence of a person, and patience is the key to success. Be like the stars that light the way for those around them." Then she looked at the sky and said, "Good night, my dear ones." The children fell asleep that night dreaming of the stories of the greats.